Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle.
So,
And today you may be traveling because I know it's the 4th of July weekend, which is Independence Day in the United States, Coach Caren. And
yes,
so we celebrate that. That'll be
yes.
tomorrow. Today's the 3rd. So a lot of people are traveling. So we want to
Traveling,
wish you well in your travels
yes,
and on your way to see family and friends and all the wonderful fireworks. But in the
yes,
meantime, we're glad you tuned in, took time out of your day to spend some time with us to find out how to take the hassle out of your hustle.
yeah. Ours was last week. We always the weekend ahead of you guys. Like our Thanksgiving is before you guys. We had our first. We are 1st of July. We
Uh-huh.
it's Canada Day, and same idea. Yeah, so that was the we had a long weekend. So
Oh,
this is my
good.
second day back to work. I don't.
Oh, so
I
you
took
should
the
be.
Monday off and I did a little bit of gardening and just relaxing.
How nice.
Yeah, so it was nice. It was fun.
I'm so glad because a lot of Americans don't take their holidays.
Mm-mm.
So we
Every
hope
time
that
I
you.
hear that, I'm like, take the day. You're not going to be whipped on the hand. Prepare in advance. Give yourself the day off. You'll be freshened when you come back the next day or two. So,
Exactly. It's important. So
yeah.
with that, we're going to get started. I want to give a shout out to my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. Coach Caren is in the house because we're going to talk about bringing those profits in daily. I'm Tara Leader from California Cover Ups, and this is Biz Chicks TV.
Nice.
What's happening, Coach?
Oh, last week we finished off talking about procrastination. And this month, we're just going into this new place where we're going to talk about when the year is halfway, people panic if they didn't get a lot of things happen for the first half. And so for the second two halves, they're trying to play catch up. And some start over. Some say, I'm just going to start this whole thing over. But I encourage you not to start over. I know everybody said it's okay to start over. And I myself had said it quite a few times, but I have come to a realization, so I want to share it with you. And today we're talking about not starting over, but rearrangement. And here's why. You've got experience. You've lived. If you're 30 something, even in your 20 something, you've lived some lives. Okay. Every time you start over, you don't do well because it feels hard. So we want to take that out of the equation. So we're going to cover a few things today. We're going to talk about how do you feel when you rearrange your furniture? And I'll tell you why this is important to what we're talking about. And how long does that feeling last? And what rewards does it bring you? And when the idea come to me to put a furniture on, I was like, Caren. I'm like, yep, we're talking furniture. We're talking furniture. How do you feel if you don't rearrange your furniture? Try it, do it. You will see what it does for you. And we're talking about the mind here, okay, guys? We're talking about the money here. We're talking about business flow. When things are not going great, rearrange this. This is my grandmother thing, in a sense, without me realizing. She would just rearrange things and she'll say, I get a fresh whip of the air and things are moving. This is what she would say. Don't know why she would say it, but she would say it. And it's almost like she gets new energy. She's ready to go again. She can get in there and do it. So that's what we talked about.
Coach, I have done that. I have rearranged the furniture and switched the living room with the dining room
Mhm.
and the breakfast room with the living room. Just move things around, and it does give you a different perspective.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, it does. It does. So when you got a different perspective, think about that of your business. Rearrange things. Do things that you did in the morning, in the afternoon. Maybe just flip a little bit and see how it feels. See if you feel better because your mind might be so much so into, I must get this done in the morning, that you're forcing it to happen when it probably doesn't want to be done in the morning. It wants to be done lunchtime, a little after lunch, or in the afternoon. Maybe it's your winding down thing. Move it around.
Oh my gosh, give yourself permission to
Yes, to
switch things
rearrange.
around.
Yes, rearrange things.
You're right, because it does feel like you failed if you don't get it done, if you're keeping your regular schedule
Mhm.
something may have happened that
Yeah.
throws it off, but you're still trying to keep it, and because
Yes.
you can't, you feel defeated.
Yes. And when we feel defeated, what happens? We don't move a lot.
We often give up.
Yes. See, procrastination is happening over because now I want you guys to see how it's gonna just pop itself in, and that's what keeps happening. That's why I did it first, because we want to be talking about this stuff. When you start understanding that when you rearrange things, you give yourself permission. Because here, what happens if you had a job, okay, and you didn't get something done? You don't know, but your manager, supervisor have to rearrange things to fall in if something was due, which means another co-worker might be responsible for the thing to get it done. She herself might, or he might have to stay and rearrange some things to stay and get it done. Things get rearranged all the time. But when we own a business, we get into our heads that we can, what we can and cannot do. And usually it's just silly things, and it's not true. Look at case in point in money. When I first came to North America, Canada, guys, that's where I live. And I started talking business with a few people who wanted to do, didn't start, wasn't sure, or have, and failed. And I said to them, you didn't really fail. You just didn't know. And I'm here, so I can help you. But I was 26 and I look like 17. And people are like, what do you know? I was like, dudes and dudettes, I know a thing or two. Let me help you. And I'm telling you guys, I would say to them, did you get any money? And I remember this one girl, and she's like, Caren, I'm done. I don't get any money. I'm like, do you pay yourself? She's like, what do you mean the money's mine? I'm like, oh, it's not yours, first of all. And if you don't pay yourself, you wouldn't feel motivated to keep going. I said, you go to work, right? If they don't pay you, how angry do you get? Are you upset? If something happened with the check, because those days were check, were you mad if they told you to not clear the check till a week later because of things happening in the office? Were you upset? Well, that same feeling happens in your business, but you can't blame anybody. So you do silly things like maybe drink a beer or 3 instead of 1 beer, or go out and party way too late, or go chat with a friend for 2 hours when you could spend time in your business. Or it's not you must clean your house, but set a timer and clean she had a room at a time, eh? She's renting from my dad. And I said to her, you got one room and you spend all Saturday cleaning this room because you're so upset with something that you can't even breathe. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, you have made up this bed twice. I passed twice. You made up the bed and you have rearranged everything out of your wardrobe. And you have spent 3 hours and it's Saturday morning and you did nothing else but clean one bedroom. What is going on?
Wow. You're piddling. We do that a lot. When we are not really interested in getting where we want to go, we start piddling. Oh, this needs to pick this up. The dishes need to be washed. Clothes need to be, instead of focusing on our business. Because if we were in an office, we wouldn't be able to pay attention to those things.
Everybody said to me, I can't work from home because this, and that. I said, no, you can't work from home because you haven't disciplined your mind to do this specific thing. You want to do everything. You want to please everybody, including maybe hubby, maybe kids. I don't know, somebody you want to impress that don't even know that you're doing it, but go. That's what you want to do. When I first started my business here, I had to say to people, home was not a big deal. People knew there was not a problem. But I had to constantly say, I call all my friends and tell them, but I have a husband. And he would say to me, he would call me from work and say, Caren, could you just move the clothes over to the dryer because I started a load? I said, I will. If he come home and it's not done, he said, I thought you told me yes. I said, yes, but not in my working hours. And he said, but you're right there. I said, I know. So here's what we're going to do. Whenever something needs to be done, I'm going to call you from work. So you'll drive over here, you'll do it, and then you'll go back to work. He goes, but that won't make any sense. I said, you see my point? It wouldn't make any sense because your boss would be really upset. And my boss don't like it either. Who's your boss, Caren? Caren. And she doesn't like it.
Well, that is one way to get disciplined. You know what I mean? To take it from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. And you rearrange things, you start seeing yourself. You need to give yourself hours. People say, how many I could do when I'm like, no. You need to give yourself hours. Your work hours is 9 to 5, 4 to 8, 3 to 2, whatever you want. Give it to yourself, but for God's sake, work within those hours that you give yourself. Now, the tasks that you do within that time can shift and rearrange itself. so that you giving yourself permission when something is not working. If you were to send out a bunch of emails, but the writing is not right at the moment, leave the email alone and do something else. Make your schedule so flexible that you've got 3 to 4 things you can focus on at any given time, and it wouldn't interrupt your cash flow, first of all, meaning money coming in because you're still doing business, not
Yes.
housework, not friends chatters, but the things you got to do. Because we talk in business, ladies and gents, and I talk a lot of things during the year. And I want you to know today's focus, this whole month's focus of rearrangement, I'm really going to be focusing and pulling you back into your business, whether you're starting out, you're stuck, you don't know where else to go. That's what we're going to be talking about. And instead of saying, I'm going to start over, let's rearrange things so you can end the year well. So this other quarter, forget the end of the year, this other quarter, you start feeling like a powerhouse. You're in charge of things. You decided to crochet. You decided to become a coach. You decided to be a content creator, a social media manager, a virtual assistant. You decide to make clothes. I don't care what it is. I want you to get yourself disciplined enough and stay consistent. And hey, when you fall off, admit it. Don't be whining that I wish I could. I hope I did. No, I fell off the wagon, and I'm going to allow myself a day to recuperate before I get back on.
Wow, that's good. Allow yourself time to rearrange and readjust to the rearrangement,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times, we haven't decided that it's okay. We haven't given ourselves permission
Yeah.
to mentally accept
Yeah.
the fact that we are rearranging things, and
Yeah.
it's okay, and that it's okay. I think that's the problem.
Yes. And that it's okay. And understand who's the boss. The work doesn't boss you around. You're the boss. So what I expect from me, I write it down. I have a resume for myself and what I expect from myself as a business owner. And I literally write it down. So there's no mystery here for me. I have a blueprint for each of the departments in my business because I want to follow it. I want, if somebody come in to assist me, they know what they're doing. I'm training somebody right now. And so she's got things to come in and train to do. But we started where I'm hands-on because I wanted an in-person person. And then I want her to come in and just get to it. And then she need to set up questions. There's just a lot of things that she needs to do on her own and I need to do for her and with her. And so if you are alone and this is your business, you have to know who's the boss. Your boss is whoever your name is or the name of your company. However you want to put it, that's the boss. The word CEO and president and all that, I'm the boss. And here's the things I want to see happen. And you can check in with yourself. You're the boss. Caren, how are we doing today? What we didn't get done. When I say have a meeting with yourself, I actually mean it. Out loud, not in your mind. It just too many interruptions in your mind. Caren, did we get X, Y, and what was the 3 main things today? Oh, we got to re-register the business license is up. The dates are set there. Oh, the domain name need to be, whatever it is. These are the 3 main things that's happening today. I'm going to reach out to 100 people, 50 people. I don't care what it is. Those are the things. And then I check back in with my boss and I said, did we get it accomplished? And was it too difficult? Was it too hard? Did we need to rearrange something? So do we need to put it for Wednesday or Thursday? Because was Tuesday too packed and I overestimate my time? Literally discussions and write the notes from the discussion.
Okay.
So when self is arguing with self because we like to do, this is what we discuss on Monday's meeting.
Wow. Something, because having a meeting with yourself and sitting down and going over what needs to be done is really important.
It is.
And that's how you come up with your priorities for the day.
Yes. Yeah.
And then if you're talking about change, it's kind of hard to talk to yourself about change. Talk about that.
It is hard to talk to yourself, and that's where a mirror come in. If you need to see, right? If you need to see mirror, I make people do all kinds of things when I'm in my coaching practice. I make them do mirror work. I had a girl do, and this is no hocus pocus. I just had her dress and undress. A thing I used to do with my clients a long time ago. And every now and then a client might need it. I get them to get either a dress form or somebody and just dress and undress it, understanding what a dressing represents and what undressing it represents. And we would go with that exercise. And most times, almost always, people come away with so much aha, they're like crazy running down the hill, noticing things about themselves. Having the discussion with yourself is just hard because it's something you're not used to. And I would say start small. So ask yourself a question. And it's going to surprise you. You're not going to like it. You might feel funny, you might feel silly. Karen, so what are we doing today? And you have to actually answer. I am building the website today, girl. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
That's
You're
it.
answering because
Yes.
they say if you answer, then you know you're crazy. But
Yes.
okay. But
You're
if you
crazy.
know
You're
why
crazy. You're crazy. You're getting things clear. You're not crazy. I was a kid who spoke to myself always because I was a talker and nobody can keep up with my speed of talking. So lots of time my mom used to say, Karen, just shut up. Like, I talk too much. I know this, but this was this thing with me. I would talk. And eventually I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to just find it out for myself. And I would just have this full on conversations with me. And I would sort things out with myself. That's also the good sounding board. Like when I got to go talk to teachers, I sung it out and then I go have this conversation with the teachers. And so whatever's coming to me, I'm not surprised. I'm not too worried and panicking because I've had it out with me already. If I'm wrong, I'm admitting I'm wrong. Why this happened, it's not an excuse, but this is exactly what happened, and I could have it out. Like I had an assignment years ago when I was in school, guys, and I got burned really badly. And I couldn't go to school. And when I do go to school, the teacher didn't know the time. And he was really upset with me. I was so burnt that I couldn't wear uniforms. I couldn't go to school. And so when I was able to explain to him, and I wrote out an essay for it, he says, Karen, you just great. Why you went to this extent? I said, because I wanted to be very clear. It's not an excuse. And a lot of people had to make an excuse, and I didn't know. And so when I came in with everything sorted out, I said, I got my mark. I didn't get a late mark. I got my mark. I know that's a little extreme, but I'm just a talker and I like sort things out. So if it feels funny initially, I understand, but I promise you, if you do it daily for at least 3 weeks, you will start noticing you also. You start paying attention to you. One of the big things is people get into business, but they don't pay attention to themselves ever. And when they get into business, it showcases itself because business makes you find out who you are deep, deep down inside. Even if it doesn't start that way, it makes you see a lot of flaws that you're not going to like, ways you have brushed to the side. That's what business does.
Well, I know that women tend to be verbal processors.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably going to be pretty good at this.
Mm-hmm. We will.
and when we are processing, we do come up with answers.
Yes, we do. We do. And if you got a really good girlfriend, you say, I just want to bend your ears. I don't need an answer. Like, I just want to talk to you. And look for a good girlfriend. Like I see a mom asking for that the other day. I'm like, good on you. I said, kudos to you. Like, if you don't have a good girlfriend, I don't want you to think that you can. Go find a good girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
One in that set for people. I'm looking for a friend. And I don't want no business associate. I just looking for a friend. I'm in business. I want somebody to talk to because I want to be your sounding board as well. Yes. The reason you need to know yourself is because you need to know how much you can take. So if you're getting too much, you need to know that you can take that or it's okay for you. I like people. So for me, it's not hard, but I understand for others, it is hard. So that's why sounding it out with yourself is a good thing. Okay.
Yes. Wow. I never thought about having a conversation with myself. I have conversations with friends and family and customers, but just sitting down and getting myself straight.
Yeah, getting yourself straight. When I used to sing at a radio station and we had this program, I'll practice. I'll see myself there. I'll get in there in the morning. I'm not talking to nobody because I'm busy talking to Caren about the performance that's going to happen. I'm not taking in no distraction. Same when I used to dance. I'm on that stage. I'm seeing myself there. I'm looking at this space. I'm counting my steps. I am not chatting with anybody. When I'm on the stage, I'm fully focused in my dance because Caren and I chatted about it earlier on. We know the things we could or can do. Don't lie to you either. Be truthful to you. Nobody's going to hear about it. can't go back and tell anybody. It's Caren talking to Caren. It's, Terry talking to Terry. You good. You're good.
I like that. Tell yourself the truth.
Yes. No lies. No lies. No lies, because bigger lies going to have to cover those other lies. So we don't want that. Okay. And how long does it, and how does it feel like? How long does a feeling last? Is it temporary? You need to understand, some people, self-care, big picture excites me. The nitty-gritty annoys me. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want to do it. This is a fact. I accept it. I admit it. Now I ask how I'm still going to do it, because it got to be done. It's my project. And so I admit I don't like it. And I break it down in as much steps as possible, which means it might get 4 to 6 categories, and each category will have steps to do. And I celebrate the steps. So if I got to 5 to 6 steps, I'm a dancing, a glass of orange juice, water. I'm not a drinker, guys. So that's what's going to happen. I might watch a movie, eat popcorn, go for a walk, or do a dance. I'm a YouTube girl, put on some music and I dance around. Sing crazy words to songs. I like to put in my own words to songs. That's what I do.
That's cute, because we make up songs for our children, don't we? We use the same tune, but we'll make up a song to help them remember history. I know I used to sing to my history students.
See?
And so that they would remember. We'd write the notes on the board,
Yes.
and then I'd make them rhyme so that they could remember
Nice.
the content.
Yes. And we learn better with music. We learn really good, better with music. So understand those feelings, right? And what rewards it brings you. Like, what is the reward you get, off of doing this? And guys, again, like everything else, do not want it to be overnight. It is not overnight. It will take some time. You will feel the pressure of starting over, because when people are starting over, everything feels new and exciting. And that's so temporary. So every time you start over, you're also allowing yourself to get out of, you're at that point where you never really get to see things through. And things need time to see it through. Things need time to get there. I remember when I was learning to do macrame, I was so excited. I just wanted to do this hanging basket. And I did it, and I did it, and I did it, and it was horrible. And I was so mad about it, because I figured for some reason I could, sew and crochet. I should get it right away. But I couldn't. And the knot would be going one way, it would be going the other way, and it's just knots. So why is it that hard? That's because I was new to it, and I was now learning it. The minute I was stepped back and took the time, man, I made hanging basket, I made sandals tops, I made wall art, because I took the time to learn the skill and understand the direction of the knots and how it would lie flat. And if I wanted to raise, what I need to do for knots, all these things. And business is no difference, guys. And I say all this as to say that also happens in your money. If you don't understand this, you can rearrange your money. You can make the money do what it's supposed to do. It will always escape you. And starting over also is a financial cost. It costs you financially, because you go and buy stupidness to add to the thing that wasn't already working, because you think if you add to it, instead of rearranging and investigating, you would have known what it needs, because we're talking business, guys. First of the year, tell you a lot about yourself. You're finding out about yourself, but we're focusing on being on stock. And if you started a new business, one of the things at the head of the table is having a conversation. And these conversations are good too, because if you intend to build your business, you want to be able to have conferences with your people that's going to work for you, contractors, employees, whoever. And you want to be able to sit and carry a meeting with people. And you can carry that because you've carried it with yourself. You've taken notes. You understand what's the process. You're not bringing people in and bore people and, but I want this. Well, if you can just put this here, no, you got a structure. You know what you want to tell them, because you've told yourself. You understand how to actually manage you so you can manage others. People want to be managers, but they haven't managed themselves yet. It is hard to be a manager when you haven't managed you.
Wow, you said a mouthful there. You cannot be a good manager if you are undisciplined.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
How can you direct others?
You kind of lost and all over the place. It's hard. When people ask, Karen, how you do so many different things, I do them because I manage me well. I'm gonna tell you guys, when you rearrange yourself, you're able to pay yourself. The first week you get a client, you don't have to wait. Like everybody, wait a whole year. You don't have to wait. You can pay yourself. I don't care if it's $5, $10, or $20. You can pay yourself right away. You get your first client. It makes you happy. It makes you feel great. You feel like you're doing something. You're marching to the right beat, to the right drum. If the feeling is fleeting and it's not lasting, you get a chance to ask yourself why, investigate, be truthful to yourself, to a fault, and then fix it however you need to. Maybe it's just temporary. I don't like doing this, but I'll hire somebody in 6 months. But to hire somebody in 6 months, you need to be able to understand the steps you want them to take and not just give it to them and say, oh, you know what to do. They don't know what to do. It's not their business. It's yours. So if you understand, same bookkeeping. If you were to keep your books and understand what's happening when you hire a bookkeeper, you can say, bob, 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 and he or she can have a really good rapport with you and you'll have a great bookkeeper. People complain, I don't have a good bookkeeper. Do you understand what happened in bookkeeping? I know everybody said simple, it's nothing to do. It's a lot to do. Please do not dispute people's expertise and experiences. Good bookkeeper is a good bookkeeper. A good accountant is a good accountant. A good lawyer is a good lawyer. Okay? Just like a good doctor. So everybody's profession. They're good at it. They're good at it. Show some respect. All right. Off my horse.
Coach, you want to summarize where we are now because we have a few minutes before we have to go.
Yes. So today we cover not starting over. We're talking about rearranging your furniture so you could rearrange things in your mind and you're not constantly starting over so that you don't get any traction to get anywhere. And then I want you to find out if the feeling is lasting or fleeting and why, and really discuss it with yourself. And what kind of rewards it brings you. Like, what does it bring you? Write it down, stew over it for a bit, and go from there. Next week, we're going to talk about your nervous system and what happens in this situation and what it does to you.
Wow.
And stuff. So.
Oh, my goodness. I look forward to that conversation. I do. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Coach,
I just want to remind everybody that it's okay to make money in
your business. Yes.
So go to the front of your own line.
Mm-hmm. I love that statement of Terry. Mm-hmm. Go in front of your own
I think a lot of people are scared to make money in their business when they're first starting out.
Yes.
They think, oh, everybody told me I won't make money for 3 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so they tend to.
So they hold on to that because whatever we hear, we tend to hold on to. And we hold on to a lot of the things that is not great because we don't see ourselves in the things that is great.
Exactly. Well, Coach, I want people to know that if they're looking to book an appointment with you, that they can go to this link right here and book an appointment to talk to Coach Caren about your money and your mind. Because you want to get your money mindset right so that you can receive those profits in daily.
Yes.
Also, if you're looking for a course, she has a course that she's still offering, and we'd like you to sign up for that as well. We want you to know that there is help out here.
Yes.
As a solopreneur.
Yes. One step at a time, guys. You can do this. You can do this. Don't mind the climax. Don't mind what's happening in the world. You can do this. Don't let it phase you.
There you go. So, guys, we want to remind you that if you're looking to become a part of BizChicks, that you can, in fact, simply text biz to 33777, or you can go to bizchicks.net and become a part of our community. We'd love to help people learn what it is that you do and how you serve.
Yes.
So with that, we want you to have a great day, have a great holiday, and we wish you all well. Coach, we love you. And tell Mom we said hi.
Well, dear, you love you too, girl.
And have a great weekend, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you soon. Tomorrow we'll be having a replay because it is the holiday,
Yes. Yeah.
and Robin and I are off. So,
Yes.
but the replay will be up, and Friday we'll be talking tech in easy to understand terms. Have
Mm.
a great day, everyone. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye, Coach.